All right, what's on the bench today? We have some Hewlett-Packard goodness. Everybody knows I love Hewlett-Packard. I've wanted one of these for a while, and they seem to be quite expensive, and I found one for a reasonable price. I paid $160 for this one, which is reasonable. It's not in the best of conditions, but it is the model that I wanted. They built like three models of these things. Let's see if you can guess it from the back. V35, RS449. What's this thing say? Yeah, oh, there we go. Interface for pod cable. Yeah, so you might recognize these as telephone interfaces and things like that. This might make it more clear over here. We have some 25-pin DINs, and these are the old RS-232. It says right there, RS-232 V.24. So something to do with RS-232. And you can put all your manuals and your probes and everything up here. It didn't come with anything, so that's a shame, but not really needed for what I want it for. And then the front panel is boring. The front panel is really boring, but it's got a secret. It's got this little latch here, and then you flip it down. Da, 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 da. It kind of looks like an HP85 computer. Got a little keyboard and a little bitty LCD, and we're going to flip the bail underneath to act as a stand. There we go. That's better. That'll be photographing better. We can flip it down. Yeah, there we go. So this thing is a protocol analyzer. This is the model 4957A. And if you've ever watched Curious Mark on his channel, he does also, he's got some unlimited budget. I don't know where he made all his money, but he has some unlimited budget, and he works on NASA stuff and all kinds of cool stuff. He did a series on these. I think there's a 4951 and a 4952. This is the 4957, I think, which is the latest and greatest version of these things. And he wanted one for the same reasons that I wanted one, okay? So if you're very curious about what's inside this thing and all that goodness, you can go. I'll see if I can link one of his videos down below. And he's done a bunch of work on these. You can look at the insides and everything. But what we want to do is we want to turn this thing on. So let's find a power cord here, standard power cord. There we go, upside down. All right. So I like when you turn these things on, there's kind of a glare there, isn't it? I'll move you over to get rid of that glare. Well, it didn't really help, did it? I don't know if I can get rid of the glare. It's behind me somewhere. Where is it coming from? I don't know. It's weird. Anyhow, one of the problems with CRTs. So listen to it when it turns on. Dut, 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 dut. Very nice. I just like it. So here we go. Hewlett-Packard 4957. 1991 is the latest date on it here. All right. So does this photograph okay? Even with that glare on there? I guess it's all right. So yeah, so this thing, you can hook up something and look at it can act as a sniffer. It can figure out what's going on and flash the little lights here for the data and receive data, transmit data, and then handshaking, clear to send, and ready to send, data terminal ready, data set ready, all kinds of handshaking that you could do with RS-232 that very few people did. but it says here A0001, which is kind of strange. I don't know what that means. A0001, is that the software revision? Seems really, really young. The reason that I wanted one, like I said, was the same reason he wanted one. And that is in the more. And there's a bit error rate thing. I've showed bit error rate machines. I've got a Firebird one, and I've showed that before. Measure, blah, blah, blah. But load applications, you hit load applications. And then it has some applications available to you, okay? And it has VT100, which is a terminal mode. So you say VT100, it's in ROM, but you need to load it into RAM. So you do that, and now it's in there. VT100 emulator, Rev.03, 1989. For the HP4952 analyzers. So that's interesting. It's not for the 87, it's for the 57, it's for the 52. And then you can do more, and there's a button here that says VT100, and then here's your VT100, which is a video terminal, VT, and we can set it up for ASCII, 7-bit or 8-bit, parity, none, positive, negative. Even an odd bits per blah, blah, blah mode, whether it's the sender or the receiver, if you have hardware handshaking or not, turn things on and off here, blah, 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 blah. All right, so it is a terminal, all right? And so let's hook something up. So this is why I wanted this thing, so let's give it a try. Let's move you guys around a bit. All right, so this is a very old project of mine, the Zeta single board computer, and I left a note to myself that the hardware RS-232 interface is at 38.4, 8-bit, no parity, and 1 stop bit hardware flow, so it uses RTS CTS. So yeah, let's see if we can hook this thing up. So the machine I have has a, oops, this is a minute bit, has a 9-pin RS-232 cable, and that connects to an RS-232 to USB conversion dongle, and you can hook it up to your PC. And but we're going to need to hook this directly. Now that is back there, it is a female 25-pin thing, okay? Well, I have an adapter, okay? Oops. I have this adapter, which is 25 pins to 9 pins, so we can use that, all right? So let's get that on here. Let's hook that on. I'll screw it down so we don't lose it. All right, so let's hook this up. Uh-oh. So this is female and this is female, so that's not going to work. So, knowing I had a problem, I went to the local store. Now, I have a really nice computer store close by to me, just a couple miles away, called Central Computers. Central Computers has been around since the IBM PC days. You could go there to get PC clones, right? You get an XT clone, and they would sell you a board or parts. They would sell you a kit. They've been around since day one in Silicon Valley, and they're still kicking, which is great. So I went in there expecting to be able to buy a male RS-232 cable, right? Should be cheapest chips and, available off the shelf. So I walked in and I said RS-232 cable, and they gave me a funny look. Those youngsters. So nobody uses RS-232 any longer, and they said they don't have any cables at all. Can you believe a computer store with no RS-232 cables? That's showing my age. That is showing my age. Anyway, I said, do you have maybe an adapter? And they, oh yeah, I think we have some adapters. Okay, so lucky to me, they had these, which is a gender changer. This is a male-male gender changer. Perfect. So I bought a couple of those. Pop that on there. And pop this on here. And now we have a connection. Yay! All right, so let's see if we can't get something out of here. All right, so what did I see? We needed 38.4, so let's go down here. More, here we go, 38.4. We are the data terminal. No handshakes. Echo, bell. Echo is on. We do not want echo. Turn the echo off. I don't like the bells. Get rid of the bell. Turn that off. Display functions. Auto line feed after carriage return. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's exit this, and then we'll say execute. And now we're in terminal mode. So if we hit the reset button on the computer, we get stuff. It's ASCII. It's saying something. If I hit reset over here, yeah, it's whacked out. Something's going on. Yeah, there's something wrong in Denmark. Is that the term? If I reach over and I unplug the computer, and then I plug it back in, it stops doing its wacky thing. And if I hit return, there we go. It says system, monitor, or disk, blah, 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 blah. And if I hit C, it says, configuring CPM 80, blah, 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 blah. We are now acting in terminal mode. I can do a dir. And it gives me one file, and it's acting funny because there's more files than that on there. I don't understand what's going on. All right, but it is doing something, and I know there's more files in there. If I say mbasic, there we go. We've got Microsoft Basic Rev 5.21 by Microsoft. Wonderful. 10. Where is it on this keyboard? Here it is. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's do that. 10. Print. Hello, viewers. Okay. Return. You don't need to put the closing quotes. If you've ever done basic, you know you don't need that. 20. Go to 10. Return list. Wonderful. See, you don't need it. Run. Hello, view. Oh, and then it whacked out. Maybe that's a clue. It did okay for a while, and then it all messed up. So I think, I don't know if it's a high-speed problem or a low-speed problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to Control-C out of here. It's not working. Escape out of here. Control-Z, Control-C, break. Yeah, it's not working. So I'm going to hit reset again. Okay, and now we get that funniness going on. Let's go ahead and pull the cable again. And if you think it is hardware handshaking, it isn't, or I don't think so. If I Z, now we're in ZDOS instead of regular CPM. So we're in ZS-DOS. Now if I do directory on that same drive, it's going to show me all kinds of stuff on there, but it messes up. I don't know why it messes up. But I've got a couple programs on here, and I'll do 1200, return. So 1200 just set the speed of the computer to 1200 baud, and now I can go to here, and I can go back to 1200. And now we're in 1200 mode. There you go. Now if I do dir, no, it still screws up. It may be because I have a 40 character screen and it's expecting an 80 character screen. So it does seem to be acting better. So let's do mbasic again. And yes, I'll get around to that 4080 thing. Just a minute. mbasic, there we go. See how slow it is? I remember these days. 10. Print. Spaces doesn't matter in let's see, control backspace. Print. IMSAI guy. Okay. 20. Go to 10. List. Very nice. Run. Let's see if it... What? Syntax error in 20? Maybe it does need spaces. Hello? 20. Go to 10. List. Huh, I didn't think it needed... there you go. IMSAI guy. And see, it's not screwing up. So slower is better. Break. Break doesn't work. Control C now works. So it took the break this time. System to go back to CPM. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that 80 column thing. So now, if you go watch Curious Mark's videos, it's all about the 80 character thing. And he had the same problem that I have on this machine, which is one of his machines only had the 40 character program, and then he found another machine which had the 80 character program, and he did a brain transplant. I think there's 3 ROMs that you need to change to put the new ROMs in. And yeah, I guess so. Long term, I guess I'll do that and try to turn this into an 80 character machine as well. But this is kind of what I wanted anyway, just for fun. Now, let's see here. If you notice the Zeta, it's just one board and a floppy. And if you look there, hey, there's a floppy. It's a floppy. What if we put that floppy in that hole and put that board inside this thing, and then when you turn it on, it ran that, and you could have your cake and eat it too. It would turn it into a tiny little computer, right? It'd be a CPM computer. So maybe long term, that's the project. That's what I had in mind for this thing anyway. But I think until I get there, I got to figure out why this thing is acting funny. And even at 40 characters, it shouldn't go that wacky on you, especially on boot up. So if I boot up, it boots up to the 38400. So now I've got to go back to 38400. So that's going to be a problem too. But anyway, let's go ahead and go back to 38400. And just to prove that handshaking doesn't work, we'll say ANCAC. And we'll exit this, and execute, and then hit the reset button. And there you still get all this weirdness, and I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. It seems as though extra characters are being inserted, or so, I don't know. You can help, if you know why. The Zeta only uses 4 pins. It uses receive data, transmit data. And it uses RTS, CTS, ready to send, clear to send, right? Those are the only 4 lines that are active on this hardware. So coming into this machine, we should be able to locate the clear to send and ready to send are right here. And yeah, I don't know. There should be another way here to see this machine is locked up. It's like I can't even get out of the emulator mode. So I need to kill that thing on the side and come back in. Yeah, very strange. It's very, very strange. And if we exit this, there is the monitor program. And I don't know exact display, start display. If I hit enter, no, I don't know how this works. Sim display, setup, character, display, CTE, parity none, mode asynchronous, should be fine. Yeah, should be able to turn this thing on and monitor things. Setup, yeah, I just did that. Monitor menu. Start display. More. Reset. Basic counter. This is like a program. You program in block 2. Start display. Okay. Run simulation. Run menu, simulation, run. Auto config, monitor menu, simulation menu. Simulate. Run menu. Select an operation. We'll do a line monitor and we'll hit the escape button. There we go. So this is what it's seeing. So it's seeing all these weird characters. Floppy disk, blah, 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 blah. Character turn line feed, serial 0, blah, 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 blah. Character turn line feed, character turn line feed. CPM, so everything looks right. And I think it's just the 40 line, 80 line problem, as much as I can tell. All the data here looks like it's being sent correctly. Now, what I don't understand is why it keeps repeating itself. It should just send the stuff and then wait for you to type in C or Z or whatever, right? It just keeps going around and around and around, which I don't understand what the heck is going on. So anyway, more investigations. Fun toy for the day. Something to play with on a rainy day. Comments below.